Hello and welcome to the Leander 98 channel. Today we are going over how to create a two-way suspension. Now here's what I mean. In the old days, not the old days, but at least 5 minutes ago, of last week, there was only one way of how the suspension worked on this car. There was either idle, or there was the lift when you accelerated. Now however, what about the lift when you brake, when the back end comes up from hard braking? That was always a pipe dream to have both, because you either got one or the other. Now that's until you try and add some extreme logic to it. Okay, maybe it's not extreme. It's another basic one. Well, at least for how it was for the odometer, that was basic. This is probably intermediate. Now, obviously, if you want to perfect it, because obviously still, if you notice how the physics of it work, if you brake while in reverse, it's not how it should. Now, but how often do you go in reverse? Oh god, of course I'm yawning. But how often do you go in reverse? Well, maybe for you, if you go all the way to the end of the level and then drive it back and all that, then yeah, it might be a little bit of an eyesore. However, everything's going to be in this one little microchip. Now, it does look hefty, especially for a beginner, but it shouldn't be too hard. So what we're going to do, we're going to come over here and make it completely new. Now let's see, what car should we use for this experiment? Oh boy, oh boy. Let's use an older car just so then it's not a, maybe not old car, but come on, I want to find something good. You know what? We're gonna use a Mitsubishi GTO just for the fact that I have a friend at work that has one. And are we even in the same layer? Alright, now here's what I meant by earlier. Now look, the suspension only raises when we accelerate, and then it comes down to idle. Now when I brake, it doesn't change. Well, that's just how it is. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to convert it so then it can. Now the first thing you want to do, now obviously you can do it to a current car you got or a brand new car you got. Now here's what we're going to have to do. No, put it on pause because you don't want it to move. Okay, so we're going to have to change the suspension settings, because obviously you're going to want a maximum lift and then a maximum drop. Okay, so if 7.1 is the minimum ride height, we're going to drop this down to 6.7. Okay, that looks like a good height. Now, for the maximum length, this is going to be a lot more than you'd think. And you think it'd just be the maximum height, which 7.5 would be. However, well, technically you can still make it that. However, I'm going to make it a little higher just because I'm adding my power to weight ratio. So the more powerful the car, the more the suspension lifts. So it makes sense. So I'm going to make mine 8.5. It's probably a little too much, but we'll obviously see it if it is. Now we're going to come over here and touch the back ones. Now here it is reversed. The maximum height that you want it to brake, we're going to make that 7.3. You want one more. And then this one, we're going to max that out at 6. Okay. Now, before we let this car go, because you know what, it'll probably start wanting to glitch out, we're going to need a microchip to control all that. Down, microchip. Okay. So basically we're going to separate this into two parts, the front and the rear. So what we're doing, we're going to need a timer. Obviously, you can tune this timer for how quick you want the suspension to react. Okay, I'm just going to borrow the tags. I'm going to sneeze again. I guess I'm already feeling the allergies for today. And then we're going to want a rear. Okay. So, one thing we're going to need is an OR gate for addition. Now, here's the important part. You gotta put it to add inputs. One of the most important parts about this is that it has to add. And you know what also? The wire of the first timer goes to the piston in the front, and then the timer in the back goes to the piston in the back. Okay, now we're going to need an AND gate. So we have to multiply something before it goes in the thing here. Yeah, multiply, right? Yeah, multiply, and it comes from that. Okay, we got multiplication. Now we're also going to need a speed timer, because as soon as you would shift into gear, this won't activate. So, speed sensor, and we're going to set it to 0.2. This, and this is where my power to weight ratio comes in. Now, if you just want to make this, if you don't have something, plugging that in is going to be pointless. This is an old car. Okay. So don't scratch the thing about that. However, the wire coming in, yeah, that's got to go. However, we're going to put in a timer. I need a timer, yeah. Battery, and the power to weight ratio on this would be less than 200 per ton. Yeah, it's a heavy car. It's got 3,800 pounds, and it's got, well, the gentleman's agreement of 276. Just say that's 300. So it's probably gonna have about 100. Let's say 170 horsepower per ton. That, I'm sure, is going to come out. Let's see, does it come out to the AND gate? No, it does. It comes out to a NOT gate. And then that controls that. Okay. Actually, why do I feel like that's throttle? You know what? Hold on. It's probably throttle. Oh, it's brakes. Yeah, forget this battery. It's brakes. That makes a heck of a lot of sense. Okay. Scratch what I said about the battery. It is actually the trigger for the brakes that goes there. That explains why then we come... Why then we're gonna need 2 more... That's not what I wanted. Place. Yeah, it has to loop around. Then we're gonna need... Well, we're gonna start off with 1. And then this is our stagnant ride height. Okay. So what we're gonna need a NOT gate, and we're gonna need to turn it, invert a NOT gate, so it's just a play gate and a timer. You can use a counter too if you want, but we're just gonna set it up with a timer because it's a lot more accurate. And save some space. Okay, so we gotta first figure out how much. Oop. I played myself. And then the NOT gate goes into both of these. Okay, so obviously as we unpause, the suspension comes up to this. This would be under full braking. Now, however, there is going to be something that we add in, just so then it changes that up a bit. So, right now, with the timers that we just put with the play gates on it, we're going to have to even out the suspension. So, we're going to bring this down here. And we're going to need to try and level it. And one of these needs to be inverted. This needs to be inverted. Ooh, it didn't like that. That does get inverted, right? Yeah, it does. The piston stays inverted, right? No, piston does not get inverted. No. Keep yes, but... There we go. Okay. Let's basically put that to 1 and put this to 1. See what happens. Nothing. Is it even plugged in? Yes. Add. Oh, wait. Okay, these timers have to be on position. Alright, so the suspension's a little on the... Let's see, I don't know if I should make it lower or higher. Either way. I think for the rear, if we make it... Nope, that lowers it. We're just gonna put a little on the lifted side then. Now, with how slow I made these timers, chances are this is going to be a real jelly suspension where the suspension takes its a lifetime just to react to it. But obviously we can change that and make it something super reactive. And then not. Okay, so we got that done. Now, we need this. This should be the power to weight ratio. Yes, because that gets multiplied. So, bring in this. And we're gonna need this. Okay. So obviously you can't just have the power ratio engage as soon as you come into gear. So we're gonna go back with our battery on the 17%. Nope, this goes onto the dang it. Engage. And 17%. Now, where do these come from? Okay, one's obviously the non-gate. Now, one's throttle, I'm sure. Let's make 100% sure this is going to be throttle. And it is. So R2 is my throttle. Alright, now what is this one last wire that we are missing in our AND gates? Okay, so we have this one coming from that. Oh, it's throttle, isn't it? Okay, yeah, that last wire we're looking for is throttle. I'm gonna take a throttle wire and plug it back in. Alright, let's give it a test run. Okay. So as we can see here, the suspension only reacts in neutral. Well, it doesn't only react in neutral, obviously it works in first. However, as soon as I shift, it doesn't go down. So, that needs to change. So, and obviously I got more wires coming in this one than... No. So I got three wires coming in here. Throttle, something from the power to weight ratio. Okay, that explains that then. And 2 wires coming out. Ooh, hey. I'm not cutting it again for this. Okay. So we're obviously missing something that allows this one to not work while braking. Oh, it's because the power to weight ratio is cut off. Okay. So we need something to activate when car's under speed. That was a terrible idea. Okay, so that's not gonna work. I'm gonna make a jump cut here just so that I can figure out what I need. Alright, I figured out the issue. First things for the brakes, this speed sensor wasn't plugged in. Now, for the throttle. Basically, we did what we did with the brakes. We put a circuit node in there and we just ran it through the microchip. However, this new wire right here comes from over here. It is part of the transmission. It is the censorship that the gear is engaged, okay? And I probably just got rid of that wire. Shoot. Okay, I'll plug that wire back in. But basically, you just need the throttle to be running for something to shut it off. Now, unlike the Falcon, this allows for the suspension to raise when the throttle is being used in neutral. So it looks cool. Now when I use the brakes, nothing. Alright, so let's run it. Now remember, I said this is the jelly suspension, so it's going to react to it very slowly. But you can see it rocking, and then on the brakes. Really slow though, but it works. Okay, so let's reduce this down to 2 seconds. Okay, that's a 4-to-1 ratio, so we drop this down to 2, then this has to go to half. Wait, no, that'll self-adjust, I'm sorry. Alright, so now the suspension's gonna react twice as quick. There we go. That looks a little better. And brake. Alright, that looks better. However, this doesn't. Only rev it up till that much, and it shakes the suspension that much. So let's figure out what we need for that. So obviously, for the throttle in neutral, we're gonna make this more complex than it needs to be. Okay, that's that, but we're gonna do it here. Yeah, don't lift in neutral. There we go. Alright, just completely forget what I just did there. I'm probably gonna cut it out anyway. But yeah, it works, and we can even speed it up even more. Make it cargo. Actually, before we even touch that, how about increasing that power? Okay, what if we made it 300 horsepower per ton? There we go, suspension needs a bit more. Alright, now let's speed it up. And sadly, that doesn't also increase the actual power of the car. Okay, so this is going to be real jolty. Actually, not as bad as I thought. And it's so smooth. And let's on that. Oh, yeah, I forgot. This is different. Okay, we're just gonna give it a 60 for power. This is gonna be very quick. Back when the cars had good brakes. And we're just gonna fiddle with this one last time, that'll be the end of the video. 60. Go. Whoa, okay. Whoa. Oh, no wonder why that doesn't work. material tweak. No. Physics tweaker. And I'm not going to be surprised if the tire just leaves the car. Okay. Never go full power. Oh. When you got that 1,000 horsepower but the suspension's still stock. Oh, wow, okay, 0.5. We need to even make it faster. And actually, you know what? No, there's one more thing I'm forgetting. Okay, so what if you do have an upgraded suspension? So you don't want it to be shaking, it to be jumping like that, or it has so much rake to the suspension when it accelerates. Well, just decrease the pistons, or if you want more. All right, so I'm gonna lower that by I didn't even look. Now, just doing that is going to lower the suspension entirely. I decreased the wrong number. I've ruined everything. It's probably inverted now too, isn't it? I've ruined it. Okay. Or did I? You know what? No, I did have the right number going. There we go. Okay, so it's gonna lower it just a little. Now what if you still want stock ride height? Well, then we're gonna come up to these ones right here and we're gonna increase them. So let's increase it to 1 point. Wait, this one, the smaller you make it, makes it. Oh boy, we probably just roasted that one. Yeah, we did. Okay, the smaller this one is, the higher it is. It's not gonna be that high. Okay, now we get in it. It's still gonna have the same power as it did last time, but it shouldn't shake and it shouldn't rock as much. Obviously, still a bit, but quite realistic at this point. Alright, that's all I got for you guys today. Maybe one little later in the day. But for right now, thank you for watching. And if you're new to the Leander 98 channel, make sure you subscribe for more Little Big Planet car content. And like the video to help support me, even though the support, according to YouTube, ain't going to kick in until I get, what, 1,000 subscribers? And 4,000 hours of view time in a year. And I got half that. So, we're getting there. We're getting there. I just got to keep it up. Alrighty, guys. See ya. Bye.